Hello. Today we're going to talk about emotions and toxic positivity. So let's just start with emotions and kind of, what they are. Like, at the very core basis, they're a form of frequency emotions that we all experience throughout the day, throughout the week. We feel it in our body. If we're feeling sad, or if we're grieving, if you're like been through bouts of depression, you feel low, you feel heavy. I mean, it's even in the language there, isn't it? It's a heavy energy, it's a low frequency. Those those lower frequency emotions. If you're happy, if you're in love, if you're joyous, like that higher frequency, you lift your chest, you've got confidence in your step, you've got a spring in your step. You hold your head high, everything just feels that little bit clearer. It's a higher frequency energy. Low frequency, slunched, heavy, dense energy, confusing, lots of fog. Everything's a chore, don't really want to move. When you're happy, when you're in a higher frequency energy, you just got a lightness around your body. Everything's that little bit clearer, a little bit sharper. And with that in mind, just think about language around emotions as well. People kind of say bad emotions or negative emotions and positive emotions and stuff. So it's good to reframe your language around that. So I tend to say a higher frequency emotion, lower frequency emotion, right? Because there's no such thing as a negative emotion. Emotions are there for lots of different reasons. And when you look at the frequency side of emotions, frequency is energy. Anything that is energy is frequency. It's a sine wave. Everything in the universe is energy and frequency in different sine waves. And energy needs to move through, especially when it's in our body. And our emotions, as I said, our emotions affect our physical state. So if you are feeling down and low, you kind of slouch round, your head hangs down low. If you're grieving, tendency crying, your lungs spasm. So it's a physical response to an emotion. So like our bodies respond to emotions. So if we walk around confident, chest up, head up, and we're open to the world, then we're likely to have higher frequency energy coming in. So higher emotions. So we do have that control element from the body to our emotional states. So with that in mind, just explore your language around emotions, negative and positive emotions. There's not really any negative or positive emotions. They're all positive. They're all emotions, and they're just different frequencies, different frequency states. And also, emotions are good signals. They tell us things. So, like sadness, grieving, it tells us that something's missing in our lives. Where there's some sort of loss. Anger could be a sign that somebody's crossed a boundary, something's happened in our lives and we're not happy about it, so something needs to be addressed, so we need to take action to address that situation. Fear, obviously, that there could be potential danger coming up, and we need to think about protection of ourselves, of other people, of our situation, environment, whatever's going on. So that these different emotions, they're all lower frequency emotions that I've given examples of, but they're there to tell us. They're there to give the brain information. So it's really important that we're able to A, feel them, B, be able to process them, and C, be able to express them in a healthy manner. And we feel it. It's impossible not to. And I know that yogic and Buddhist philosophy talk about having that equal balance. There's still a bit of a wave, but like when good things happen, we don't spike and go hyper. When bad things happen, we don't just crash and burn and just give up on life. But the Buddhist and the yogic philosophy kind of talk about being as central to the middle as possible. But it doesn't mean that we can't feel and express and process emotions, because the more that we prevent ourselves from expressing, like you hear people that get stomach ulcers because they're angry all the time, but they're not doing anything about the anger. They're holding things down. And I would just remember a Simpson I think it was Bart Simpson that got like a stomach ulcer because he was told to be good, so we would just contain everything and contain everything and contain everything, and until it caused physical problems. And that's because the energy frequency, the energy is not moving through the system, and when it gets stuck in the body, that's when we start to get physical problems in the body. It's a lot to do with emotional regulation. So when you kind of, and this is where like the problem with like, be happy, put a smile on your face, just pick yourself and get on with it. Don't worry about that. It's time to move on. Like, just suppress. That is probably a big signal that the person that's saying that to you is like, I can't handle your stuff. I can't handle my own stuff, and I sure as hell can't handle your stuff. And you're being a bit of a burden to me now, and I don't know what to do with your emotions. I don't know what to do with that stuff. So I want you to go away so that I can just live my own life over here and just get on with it. Like, so it's a defensive mechanism from the people saying, oh, just like everything happens for a reason, just go with it, like, you know. And everything does happen for a reason. I do strongly believe that everything does happen for a reason, but it doesn't mean that you can't feel sad about it. It doesn't mean that you can't feel angry about it, and it doesn't mean that you should just go, it's okay, I'm fine, because it's just not the way it is. It's not the way that, like, nature is in a constant state of flux. Everything is changing, so why would our frequencies, our energies, our emotional states not change as well? When nature, everything in nature is in a state of flux, and we are nature. Like, we are literally nature. We don't need to go and visit nature. We are nature. So be mindful when people are, or if you're shutting down people as well, because we all do it. If you're shutting down people, maybe take a step back and just go, oh, what am I struggling with processing? Because there might be something within you that you're struggling to process. Because, like growing up, how many times were you told as a child when you were growing up, stop running, stop laughing, stop crying, stop singing, stop shouting, stop dancing? And I've done it to my kid, like when he was younger. Stop running around, stop doing this, stop crying. Like, you know, what is it, dads? What did my dad say? You know, I think we've all heard it. Stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. Like, I've already got something to cry about. That's why I'm crying. I'll just do it for fun. Like, so and it kind of gets societal pressure onto us to not express ourselves. Like, I always think, at what age did you stop dancing in the street? Like, it's because your parents were embarrassed about you creating a scene and they didn't want to be seen to be out of control of their children. But expression, dance is an expression, isn't it? Singing's an expression, laughing is an expression, shouting's an expression. And yet we numb down all these expressions all the way through. Children are just being told no. So it's not surprised when we get to adulthood that we're all just like, oh no, don't come to me with your problems. I can't handle that shit. I'm not allowed to express them. You're not allowed to express them. And it's like, and then that's where people just go, just be happy. It's all right. Every cloud's got a silver lining. Just smile and get on with it. It's fine. And it's just like, no, it's not the way. You know, I need to process this. I need to feel it. I need to experience it. And I need to be able to move that energy through my system. Even if it's anger and you're not in a position to go up and just like scream and shout at somebody, you could go kickboxing. You could go talk to somebody. Or you could say to the person, this needs to be sorted out. This really needs to be discussed so that we can get a resolution for this and move on. Even if that moving on is that we never speak to each other again, but I just need to tell you what you've done that's offended me, or you've crossed a limit, you've crossed a boundary, and you've taken too much from me. And it's really important that we start to do this for each other and help each other process our emotions and our thoughts and our feelings in a healthy, productive way. So next time somebody asks you, or you feel like saying, I'm fine, everything's okay, obviously it depends on the situation and the person that you're with, but try and allow yourself to A, express yourself, take a breath first if you need to, and then express yourself rather than just outbursting. But also, if somebody comes to you asking you or saying to you, I feel like this, take a breath then as well and just think, feel into, why can't I handle? Am I going to shut this person down? Am I going to shut their emotions down because I can't handle it myself? Or they're too much of a burden because I've got other shit to be doing, so I don't want to deal with your shit? Or just take a breath and think, okay, can I hold space for this person and let them just express it just for 5-10 minutes? Like, okay, I can do this for you, and this is good that I'm able to do this for you, because we need, as a society, we need places that we can be safe in, people that we can be safe with. And that really goes a long way to starting to allow yourself to express yourself more fully, but also giving space for other people to express themselves more fully. And I'm not talking about, that's offended me, I'm going to tell you it's offending me, because that's just bypassing as well. Don't talk to me about that because it's offensive. And it's like, no, hang on. This is important. We need to talk about it. You're offended. It's your choice to be offended. But I need to tell you this, and I want us to have a conversation about it. You just don't close me down by telling me you're offended. Let's explore what's going on here. Yeah, let's have that conversation, because it all gets a bit silly otherwise. So just explore next time you're in a situation yourself where you're feeling emotional, or somebody's come to you and they're feeling emotional. What are your reactions? How do you express yourself to them, and how do you hold space for other people? I hope that makes sense. Yeah. Any comments below, any thoughts on this below, feel free to share. I'm in here if you need it. Just give me a shout. Check out my communities in the description. And yeah, I'll speak soon.